what did you guys think about Darby's? So Darby came out to rescue Tony Schiavone. He had Sting's bat, which he waved the Bucks off with. He was wearing a new kind of tough boy outfit. I was intrigued, but a little alarmed. Like, I was like, did someone tell you can't wear shorts anymore? You can. You can wear them as long as you want. You never have to stop. You're my little boy. But he was wearing a tough boy outfit, and then he gave this little promo. What'd you guys think?
I often think that Darby, he clearly has thought through a point that he wants to get across, and he's very excited to get it across. And I'm often like, well, that's not really the tact I would have taken, but you're doing okay. That's how I felt about this, where I was like, okay, so you clearly, you want to buy into, like, we're making all of the terrible crit about the Young Bucks, we're making jokes of it. And that's what he did, and it was fine. Like, I think, like, the Bucks reacted to it perfectly, and, like, it got pops at times. So I'm like, I don't think that it did anything for you. Like, I don't think Darby also has to worry about himself, and, like, that's not what I would have done for Darby, but it was fine. Like, I don't know, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it in the moment because there were certain parts of it that I thought were very funny. Like, he burned Brandon Cutler being in the first episode of Dynamite, which is funny because sometimes people are, including me, are like very nostalgic for early Dynamite, even though when you watch those 2019 episodes, you're like, huh, yeah, Brandon Cutler is out here for sure.
Brandon Cutler tweeting later and being like, sources are saying it's never a good look to punch down.
Yeah, very funny. So I thought that was funny. And then, like, Cody also, like, referenced Cody, which got, like, a Cody chant going. And there was a moment where I was like, what if Cody knocked out here right now? Which the idea was, like, so funny to me, like, if Cody had to come crawling back because of all the stuff going on. So then I was just, like, in a great mood about that. And it's like, yeah, in retrospect, it wasn't, like, a great promo. I think he did a bunch of things that were like, that's probably not a good idea, like you said, for his character as much as anything. Because also being like, you guys didn't see anything in me. I had to wait to be on in AEW when he was on, like, the second episode or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you
had to wait a week.
You were there.
That's not easy. I wouldn't like waiting a week for almost anything.
Yeah, so hard.
I mean, we're on record for loving the Four Pillars feud, but that 1 week where the four of them argued over who Tony liked better was the weakest version. Yeah, this is kind of a version of that where I'm like, Darby, like, you've mostly been booked pretty good. Like, there was a period where, like, you also got, I think you got punked in your booking as well, but, like, mostly you've had it pretty okay. So I think you're fine.
It's funny because I do think a better tack would just be to be like, guess what? No one is so important that they don't have to respect other people. Like, if he just came out and was like a little like Mr. Rogers being like, this is such shitty behavior. You're being bullies. You're being mean bullies, and maybe you are really talented, but that doesn't give you a right to step on people.
Right, and he could even bring back, like, the early days and be like, you guys wanted to change the world, and I thought you guys were legends. I was like, you guys are going to be, you know, icons the way Sting is, and I was so proud to be coworkers with you, but you're not acting the way, like, legend should. I mean, like, a little better than what I'm saying.
No,
but, like,
totally,
like, there's a way that you could be like, and you could bring it back and be like, Sting's taught me a lot about what it means to be like a big name in the wrestling industry, and this isn't it. And it's like, that would have been pretty cool, but like,
Look, but you know what thought I had? This is all true, and it's like, as always, let us backstage because we're cooking this up on the spot. This isn't even in the notes, guys. So it's like we could give you these notes anytime, and we'd love to, and it's fun for us and easy. But what was I going to say? I'm just like so distracted. I'm like, and again, give us a job because or it's like, we don't have to get paid. We just love to give you some ideas. But I was thinking about this and I was like, yeah, this is not the angle to take, but it was like fine. And it was fun. What did he say that was so funny? The marble mouth thing he said where he was like,
he said mission statement, but he sounded like me when I have my night garden. Where you're mission statement. I forget exactly
there was
how
something else though. It was like a weird verbiage that he used after that. He just doesn't, he's not, he really shouldn't speak just because he's not a promo guy. It's his mystique is, when he doesn't speak, it's better. But I was thinking about it and I was like, well, why would he do this? And then I was just like, this man is about to climb Everest. It's like, what do you want? I don't know. You would let him go out there. Like, he decided to climb. He's a wrestler. He has all the money and he can do anything he wants in the world, and he's just going to climb Everest in 2024. Like, whatever. Just move on.
There's not a brain in that tiny little head. Like, he's doing his best. It was vaguely coherent.
He does such beautiful wrestling. I'm obsessed with watching it. I'm obsessed with when he's just glaring at someone. And once in a lifetime, he has a feud with Ethan Page where everything he says is right. And that's all. That's what we can say. That's what we can say. Okay?
It's so true. Every time I'm reminded of that feud, I'm just like, ooh, boy, just the perfect art of that Darby Allin, Ethan Page feud.
We didn't
feel like
know
pure
at
shit
the time.
Just want her back.
Yeah. It was fairly early on, and I don't think we realized, like, it's never going to be as good as we have it right now.
That's right.
No. Oh my God.
If we could go back in time.
Right. Darby's done a lot of things that we've enjoyed since then, but never anything that we enjoyed as much as we enjoyed that sit down with Jim Ross.
And same with Ethan Page. They've just never gotten to that level again, and I love both of them.
And because that whole feud was about, like, you chose normalcy, but I chose being a freak, and, like, I'm proud of that kind of thing. They both were leaning into that, where it's like Ethan Page really was like, that's my jock bully, and he beat me up, and then we kissed in a car, and then he called me and Darby was doing that press on nail bit where he kept gouging Ethan's eyes out with his long nail. It was just like everything they did was like, y'all are cooking. And they never cooked since. It's all cold food. But I mean, I like their food, but it's cold. It's sushi. It's still good, but it's not hot. You know what? We got to move on it. We got to keep going. Is there anything you wanted to say about the Bucks and Darby, et cetera, that we didn't say?
The fact that Matt's hair fought its way free.
Oh my God.
And he had a little moment where he tossed it over his shoulder. That was for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful to watch because he has that severe low pony. But when he wrestles, the hair says "let me out." And I liked at the end when Darby was promoing and they were on the ramp, Matt had his hair tie in his hand, and he had been like periodically putting the hair back again, clearly because he understands. He's like, it is my beauty. I cannot let my beauty out. No. For this character. No, he is being selfless for us. Okay.
For the art.
He's putting it away. For the art. He's putting it away. Art. But he was holding it and I was like, he's going to put the hair back up. But he didn't. And I was like, you can have your one moment of weakness where you said, I still have it.
I want you to know that I could still pull this out at any moment. This is just
at any moment.
Just to remind you guys.
Any moment.
It's here. I'm tucking it away, but it's here.
In an instant, I could go girl mode, and you would be knocked out. But you know what? As we've said before, the IWC doesn't deserve girl mode. So now you get boy mode, and he's great at that too.
And you know what? Listen, I'm so happy that they're getting acclaim. They're getting, universal praise. Am I a little disgusted that it had to be when Matt was in boy mode? Sure. Yeah. It's something I've noted. I've noted.
I certainly thought about it.
Oh, you like him now because he's doing masculinity. Yeah, okay.
And now that he's performing masculinity, you like him again. Oh, sure. Now you say like, oh, the Bucks are best in the biz. No one's talking about it enough.
Yeah.
You know what? They were the best in the biz when he was in girl mode too, but I got to see him in girl mode every week.
The way you were like, and now he's in boy mode, and he's great at that too. Like, just with this pained, like... Of course, it's not what any of us wanted.
It's like I'm from a UNC family and my child is going to Duke. Am I proud of him? No.
Of course, it's a good school objectively, I guess. Now everyone's praising him now that he's a Duke. Sure, I've not noticed.
It's not where I would have liked to see him succeed, but of course I want him to succeed, and I want other people to see his success at UNC.
And that's a little sports metaphor for our male listeners.
That's for James.
That's for James.
That's for James, yeah.